Hunt Street was a predominantly black neighborhood. And my mother knew that things were starting to shift for us a little bit toward the upside. So she tried to prepare me and my brother to the new neighborhood we were moving to, where it was a mixed neighborhood, mostly still black, but there were pockets of whites here and there. And she knew that even at the right age of me, a little over 8.5, that we probably would run into some racism that we have never ran into. So she gathered us together, me and my brother, and she said, I need to talk to you guys. It's okay, have a seat. Sat down. She said, listen, the new neighborhood we moving to, it's a brand new neighborhood, but you're not gonna see all black kids like here. There are gonna be other kids, other races, but mostly white, the other races. It's mostly black neighborhood, but there are gonna be pockets of here and there white. And we're like, okay. And one day, somebody's gonna call you, and she paused, and then she went on. She said, some days, maybe, strong chance, somebody may call you nigger. And I looked at my mother and I'm like, Mama, all my friends call me nigger. She said, yeah, but somebody that ain't gonna look like you is gonna say that. So just, if it happens, what are you gonna do? My brother says, I'll get up and bust him in the mouth. That's exactly what you're not gonna do. So what, you want them to call us names if we don't do anything? Exactly. My brother's like, oh no, Mama. She's like, you fight, you could be put in jail. And the police come out, they're not gonna blame them, they're gonna blame you who do not fight. My brother like looked at me, I looked back at him, we shrugged our shoulders, and we didn't have any white friends on Hunt Street, so we figured for now we're good. A few months later, we did move to this different neighborhood. And what I mean different, the house was a little bit better, the neighborhood was a little bit better. It's still down, not like Hunt Street, but it was still down. And like my mother said, there were pockets of white families here and there. And one of them, the white family, lived directly across the street from us. And my mother had warned us. Hell, even my auntie Millie said the same thing. Oh, you boys be careful of that boy across the street. You know, she's from old school, way old school. Them white folks will get you in trouble. Don't trust them. We didn't see that, right? We were kids. Plus, I had never really been around that many white families. So, we'll give it a shot. We went across the street, we introduced ourselves, they introduced themselves, and the guy name was Feller, and his sister name was Nancy. We had fun around each other. Every day almost, we played marbles, we played group the tag, we did all kind of silly games that kids would play back then. It was good. Nothing like my mother said. We got along fine. Even the other families, we didn't see them as much, but right across the street was Feller and his sister Nancy. And there was some other kids, they were younger. Fellas were about our age, around about 8-ish. His sister around about 7-ish. We were good. What was Mama talking about? One day, me and my brother was sitting on the porch. This is after a month or so of knowing that. And he got up and he like, I'm going to go to my girlfriend house. And I'm like, who's your girlfriend? She lived across the street. Who? Nancy? No, man, that's my girlfriend. No, she's not, man. I said, no, man, she's going with me, not you. He said, man, you crazy. I said, man, that's my girlfriend. She told me she was my girlfriend. She told me the same thing. By this time, Nancy and Fella came out the house, and Fella had his little bag of marbles. He ready to start playing marbles. I said, let's go ask her right now, man. So we went over and said, hey, Nancy, aren't you my girlfriend? That's what I asked her. My brother said, no, you my girlfriend, right? Now she's caught in the spot. She was caught on the spot. She was like, well, I can't really decide. And my brother was like, well, you got to choose. And she said, well, it's very hard to choose because you're both nice. You're both cute. And I don't know how to choose. I don't know what to do. So my brother's like, let me help you. I quit you. I'm done with you. And she said, you can't quit me. He said, I said, yeah, you can have her, man. I said, I don't want her either. So I don't want neither one of you. Get out of here. And because my brother Tookie was closer to her, she pushed her. I mean, she shifted, her whole attitude shifted from real nice to what the hell happened to this girl? My brother, hey, don't push me. So I said, get out of here, you nigger. And just like my mother said, there that word was, right there. Immediately, that put as much as distance between us and that family as you see across the water. And my brother said, don't call me a nigger. She said, I call you a nigga all I want. And then she went to slap him, and he popped her, bow. And as soon as he hit her, her brother Feller jumped into action because he was over there putting the marbles down. And we raced up towards my brother. I went around my brother, and pow, busted right in the face. He fell over, and now me and Tookie out there, I'm beating on Feller. Tookie slapping Nancy around. Nancy runs into the house and say, Mama, the niggas are going crazy. They jumping on her. I said, oh, shit. So the big old mama, big fat woman came out. What are you little niggas doing to my kids? I said, don't call us niggas. He said, you're fucking little niggers. Now, my daddy got along real well with their father, Jack. She hollered, Jack, the niggas are jumping on the kids. He come out, what you doing? Totally shifted again like his kid, like Nancy and Fella. Because they all would call us niggas after a while. Get out of here, little nigga. I'm like, man, this man sat a many nights on our porch drinking with my father. They became drinking buddies. And now the truth was out. He's calling us niggas. Get the hell out of here, you little fucking nigga. Get out of here. So we ran home. And we told my mother, hey, mama, people across the street call us niggas. And that look across her face reminded me one day, somebody that don't look like you is going to call you a nigga. And now it happened. So my daddy come out, what's going on? Goddamn people across the street calling the kids nigga. Who? Jack and his fucking kids. Jack too? Oh. And they got goddamn Joe, keep them goddamn nigga kids over there. Hey, man, don't talk to my kids like that. Fuck you. Now, they had been friends for a long time. Well, months, not years. And everything was good until that day. Until Nancy, playing a whole role, got me and my brother both cooked. And now, the family showed their real side, their naked face. We were devastated because the friendship was over. My mother, don't you ever go goddamn across that street again. Never. Don't you ever go across that street and play with them kids. Those kids are done. You hear me? If I catch you over them, I'll break your ass in half. We knew not to go over there. And they must have got the same message because they never came across to our house. Every time fella would come out, he'd be by the marble hole by himself. Nancy be sitting on the porch doing some old dumb shit. And me and my brother sitting on the porch, bored as hell because that was our family. That was our go-to family. It was over. That shit was gone. About 2 to 3 weeks, closer to 2, we all sitting out on the front porch. It's toward the evening. And my daddy sitting next to us, chilling back. I know he want to drink. I know he's been missing his drinking buddy, Jack. And I'm sure Jack been missing his drinking buddy, Joe. But we sitting up there early evening, and then all of a sudden, coming across the street was Jack. And me and Tookie saw him. Oh, shit. Is he going to start something? And my daddy, oh. Sit your asses down. Don't you ever run in your own house. You don't run in your own house or around your house. You sit your asses down. I got that. Jack walked up like, hey, Joe. Hey, Jack. Hey, man, These goddamn kids drive me crazy, man. I understand. Um, hey, Joe, I say damn, man, we gotta get past this. You know what I'm saying? Cause see, when Jack was broke, my daddy had it. When my daddy was broke, Jack had it, and they missed that connection they had, and also the conversation and the drinking. So now Jack is missing my father a lot, and I'm sure my daddy was missing him their opportunity to drink. So, well, what are you talking about, Jack? I say this, Joe. I say the hell with these goddamn kids. I say fuck these kids, man. The kids gonna be kids. They dumbasses. So we don't gotta be dumbasses. So man, fuck, I need a drink, man. My daddy said I need a drink too. And like that, Jack and my father was friends again. My mother didn't want Jack sitting on our porch. Eventually, she tolerated it. The fellas and his sister Nancy and their mama never waved at us again. And I remember my mother telling us as I got older, one day, somebody that don't look like you is gonna call you nigga. What are you gonna do? Well, my brother lost it. His idea was to fight. He could have walked away, but he didn't. And now he got into a big fight. And it could have ended a lot worse than it did. But we were young, 7-ish, 8-ish, we're kids. To think about this. The dumb shit you do as a kid, you cannot be doing that dumb shit in your 30s and your 40s, hell, even your 20s and your 50s and 60s. You can't do that. You have to get over the years smarter. You have to understand the setup way before it happened. And here I was again, many years later. I'm now married. I got 7 kids. I've been through a lot of life shit. And now here we are, me and my wife and kids, just the two youngest ones. The two youngest ones, we're down in Arlington, Texas. We're at Penzi Spices. And the kids love to go there because, cinnamon. They love smelling spices. So my wife, she get her little basket, and I know we're gonna be here for a while. Cause she got the basket out. She ain't coming in for the onesies and twosies. She gonna do some serious shopping. So I figured let them don't do their thing. I'm just gonna sit over in the kiddie section. There was nobody there. So I figured I can go sit on the kiddie section and be done. Let her shop. Kids have their little fun. And then we bust out of this mug. And as I was sitting there, I was on my phone looking at some stuff. I used to write a lot of stories on my phone. Probably was writing a story that day. And people coming in, and every time somebody would open the door, I would see them and then go back to what I was doing. Well, the door opened one time, and this 30-ish, early 30 couple walked in, white, tall, both thin. Damn, they looked like models. And they walked in, and I saw them, but it was like everybody else. You register them, and you go back to what you're doing. So I'm sitting there, and I noticed out of my peripheral view that the guy went straight, but the woman came right to where I was. And I'm thinking, where the hell she's going? I didn't say that, but I was thinking, like, where the hell she's going? There's no spices over here, just a play area. Man, that woman came right up to me. I was still looking at my phone. I could see her shoes as I was looking at my phone. And I was thinking, oh, why is she standing over me? And just before I moved, because it was uncomfortable, looked kind of weird. I wanted to move, but I didn't want to move too fast as if, oh, I don't want nobody white next to me because that wasn't the case. But it was uncomfortable. I had this woman that close. So just before I moved, while still standing over me, she sneezed. Ah! I mean, she let it out long and hard. I could feel her spittle hitting my face. I knew it got in my hair, got on my phone. She didn't say, excuse me. She walked back to where he was. He was over there not too far from him registered. And I'm telling you right then, two things presented itself. You can mess this up, Joe, if you don't think. Pelly, if you don't think right now, my real name is Joe. My family called me Pelly. If you don't think right now, you're gonna fuck up. You're gonna mess this whole thing up. You got to think this thing through, man. Now, my wife and kids so caught up in the spices, they didn't even see the woman sneeze on them. But when she stood next to that white guy that she came in with, they gave each other a knowing smile, like, yeah, you see what I did? Now, I was pissed. And I damn sure ain't about to lose my life on no bullshit. Because, if I jumped up and smacked her or pushed her, that would have triggered him. He'd have ran over there. We'd have been fighting. He would have killed me. I would have killed him. Either way, when the police came, come on, y'all know, you know what time it is. All he got to do is that nigga jumped on my girlfriend. And I'm in handcuffs. I wasn't trying to have that. So I had to think it through. So I wiped her for a spit the best I could with the sleeve of my jacket because it was springtime. And I stood next to my wife by the spices chute. I said, you almost done? Yeah, let's get a few more things. Always a few more things. So she got a few more things. We paid for it and we left. Now I knew not to say anything to my wife right there. Because if I said something to her right then, she would react. But I waited till we got in the car and we were pulling off. And she could tell something was wrong. She said, what's wrong with you? I said, yeah. I don't know if you noticed this white couple came in tall. They looked like models. They were both thin. My wife, like, I didn't see him. My daughter, she said, yeah, I saw him. I said, yeah. She said, what happened, Daddy? I said, that lady sneezed all over me. She stood over me. She came in, walked way to where I was, and stood over me and sneezed. Her spit is still on my face. I'm still wiping her off. Now, my wife being my wife, she was like, no. I said, babe, no. We didn't get out of there for you to go back in there and make a scene. Possibly go to jail. Fuck it. It's over. You have to think. And you know how it is now. This climate today, 2025, with all this shit going on, if you black or black or brown, any so-called minority, you better watch your ass. Because if you react without thinking, it could cost you your life. You don't think about that when you're angry, but you have to calm yourself down. Calm the fuck down. Because your life is on the line. Your life is on the line, whether you realize it or not. Now, I'm not talking about being fearful, being afraid to speak up. But you have to survive all types of bullshit. When my kids were coming up, all of them, girls and boys, I told them all the same thing. I told them, I said, you have one job, not job. I'm not talking about you got to respect me and your mama, and you got to do what's right. Fuck that. Yes, you got to do that. I'll put a foot in your ass if you don't. But one job. I don't care if you don't do anything else in life. You do this. As a young man, black, young woman, black, you have one job. That one job is to survive. That's all you got to do. Just stay alive. Survive all the shit you're going to run into. And I've lived by that principle. So you have to sometimes just like take the high road. Even though you want to break it fucking down right there, don't do it. Because it could cost you your life. Think about that next time you encounter some craziness where somebody push you to the limit. Push you to the point where you just say, hell with it. That is too far. You have gotten too far. When you get to the hell with it level, you went too far. You have to calm yourself down way before that. You have to understand the setup. You have to see it. And if you do, you can avoid a whole hell of a lot of problems. But if you don't, then you're going to lose a lot. Maybe even your life. Because I'm telling you, and all of y'all that's listening, just like I told my children, and I'm not saying your children. I know you grown men and women, but I'm telling you like I told them. Black man, black woman, you have one job. One fucking job. And it is to stay alive. You have to stay alive. That's it. I don't care what else you do or don't do. You have to do that. You have to stay alive. And that doesn't mean walking away, taking a high road. You do that. Stay alive. Please stay alive. We need you. This world needs you. And you ain't going to lose your life for no bullshit. Stay alive. All of you. but specifically if you're a person of color, and more if you're a person that's black, because you know what time it is. It's been that way since day one. Watch your ass stay alive. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.